Okay, so this next step is going to show you that our pie filling is done. As you can see, it's nice and thick. It should be like thick pudding. And if it's not, just put it back in the microwave for a couple more minutes and it should thicken up. As long as you've used the proper amount of flour, you shouldn't have any problems with this pie not being thick enough. Okay, so it's nice and thick like this. Alright, and what I'm making is a coconut cream pie. And I just got me a bag of coconut here. And at this stage, you can add whatever flavoring that you want. Okay, this is the master recipe for this cream pie. Okay, and this has been cooking in the microwave at 3-minute intervals for, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, for 12 minutes total is what I cooked it for. And I don't have a set time as to how long I cook this. It's just until it gets nice and thick. And by using that mixer to blend in my flour and my butter and cream it all together really good in the beginning, you can see it's not lumpy. Okay. Now, our pie crust is done. It's a nice golden brown. Ooh, we got a little dry too. That's why I don't like this pie crust all that well, because they're kind of cheap. But looking at it, you can see it's a nice golden brown here. Okay. And that baked for 15 minutes on 300 degrees. And mine did split a little bit because, one, I did not unthaw it before I cooked it, but that's okay. My family's not that picky. Okay, so now, back to the filling. I have here, since I'm making a coconut cream pie, I am putting some imitation coconut flavoring in here. So I have a half a teaspoon of coconut flavoring and a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring, imitation vanilla. Any other pie, you would just put vanilla in it instead of the coconut. But I like the coconut flavoring in my coconut cream pies just because it gives a little extra flavor, a little extra zip. Now, when I make banana cream pies out of this, I will add the banana flavoring and my bananas in here at this point. But you could put chocolate chips in there. You could put butterscotch chips in there. I mean, the sky's the limit. I've made a Hawaiian pie out of this before with coconut, crushed pineapple, and bananas. The sky's the limit. This is a master recipe here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pour this in here. And give it a good stir to blend it. And the reason why I'm doing like this, like in front of you like this, because this next step I can't do one-handed. I just can't. Okay, so I'm stirring it up, and then I'm going to take my coconut, and I'm going to put probably about 2 cups of coconuts in here. This is just, you know, as per your taste, you know, just however much you would like in there. I myself like a little bit more coconut in my pies. And then I'll stir that in there really good, just to incorporate that coconut. And I'm actually going to put a little bit more in there. You know, if you don't like it as thick with coconut, don't use as much. If you do like it as thick, maybe you like a little bit more. Just however you feel like doing. Okay, now I'm going to put my whisk on my little spoon holder thing there so I don't get my table dirty. And then just fold this a little bit more. Okay. And since I have microwaved my bowl, it is fairly warm. Ooh, get a grip on it. And then we're going to dump this into our pie shell. And I will say this, after you cook this pie filling, you're going to want to wash this bowl right away. Because if it dries on there, I mean, it's just going to be a bitch to get it off. Okay, so I have my pie filling in my pie shell. And it all depends on the quality of your pie shell, whether or not it's going to hold up really good or not. And like I said, I just had those cheap ones on hand. So, I mean, they're not holding up to the best of their ability. But that's okay. Like I said, my family is not that picky. As long as it's going to taste good, they're fine. Okay. Now, I'm going to, if I can, no. Okay, so this is what my pie looks like in the shell. Here. All nice and creamy and yummy. And next I'm going to be showing you how to make the meringue. So stay tuned for that part.